New York landlords, if you are filing a non-payment eviction case, stop, and do not do so until you have watched our video. Because if you do, you can see your tenants on the property for another 3 to 5 to 8 months, and the monies that you paid to get to where you are right now, you will be paying them all over again. And the reason for that being is that yesterday, January 18th, 2022, at approximately 10 a.m., the state of New York did it again to landlords, in that the Chief Administrative Law Judge, Lawrence Marks, handed down a 2-page administrative order pertaining to evictions. Now, we are only going to address the non-payment aspect of that administrative order. We're going to look at ones that you're filing now, and we're going to look at ones that were filed in January of 2022, 2021, 2020, but for now we're going to look at the ones that you're ready to file now. You do not do so. And the reason for that being is that if in your petition paperwork you are only asking for January 2022, going back, and your tenant comes to court on the date that you're coming to court, all the tenant has to do is to tell the court, tell the judge, Your Honor, I had a hardship during that that time frame that's noted that I owe that money. I had a hardship, Your Honor. I couldn't pay the rent. I didn't have any money, and I wasn't working, or whatever other excuse they may use. If they do that, you will only get a judgment for the money that is owed, and you will not get the warrant of eviction. You will have to file a whole new eviction again. The way around that is that your legal team who is assisting you in this eviction, and if you do not have one, you should. I don't care how many evictions you have done in the past. I don't care how knowledgeable you are. You should have a legal team doing this for you, because the laws are changing almost every day, and the application of those laws are changing in court with these judges all of the time. You should have a legal team to help you. That team should have in your paperwork that you will be asking for February's rent, February 2022. Therefore, any cases that you had, you really should have your case heard in the middle of February 2022. And you should ask for the month of February 2022, because obviously any rent that your tenant has not paid over the last few months, they're not going to pay February 2022. If they were to do that in court, your legal team should apply any monies paid on the arrears. Do not have it pay February 2022. That being said, if you had the paperwork done the right way, your team, and they had the court date after, in the middle of February 2022, you should be able to get a judgment on all of the rent, and the warrant of eviction will be based upon not paying February 2022's rent. So do not file for non-payment unless your paperwork is conformed properly to what I just said, and your court date is held after February 6th. We prefer the middle of February to cover your butt. Now, for those of you who filed eviction cases prior in 2021, 2020, and now eventually you're having your cases heard, if the court is putting your cases on for non-payment prior to February 6th, ask them not to. You want to have your case heard in the middle of February. If your adjourned case is held prior to February 6th, February is off the table, 100%. 100% is off the table. Therefore, your case will be heard. If the court is inclined, they will give you a judgment for that back rent, for that 2 years worth of back rent, but you will not get the warrant of eviction because the magic month for landlords, February 2022, is not mentioned anywhere. Hopefully your paperwork has future rent being asked for. If not, your legal team can ask in court to have the paperwork amended to include February 2022. But your case must be heard the middle of February 2022 or later, not before. February is off the table if you do. So any cases that were filed prior need to be heard middle of February 2022, middle of February 2022. And ask that the paperwork be amended to include that month's worth of rent and all the other months that were due. And it's not because you were being lazy and just didn't want to file again. The court withheld us from having these cases being heard. So you want to amend your petition anyway to include all of the rent that was due after you filed for your initial eviction case. That will include February 2022. You better remember this. You better remember it. So for those of you who are filing now, do not do so unless the paperwork has been conformed properly, asking for February 2022 future rent, but do not have your case heard prior to the middle of February 2022 in either ones prior to and the ones you're filing now, so that you can get the warrant of eviction for February 2022 and a judgment for that month and all the months going back. If you do not do this, if you do not do what I tell you to do, you'll get the money judgment, which for many of us landlords doesn't mean a damn thing, because most of us will never see the money that's due. We want that warrant of eviction to get that tenant or tenants out. And that will not happen if your case is heard prior to February 6th, 2022. Or you do not have the paperwork conformed properly for past cases or this one to ask for February 2022. Or if your legal team does not ask to amend the paperwork that was filed back in 2021, 2020, to have those future months added on. So landlords, this is frightening. What more are they going to come out with between now and when this is all over with? Or they're never going to make it all over with. Who knows? But do not file, like I said, do not file unless you have February 2022 going to be asked for the paperwork, and your case is heard after February 6th, 2022. Landlords, we love being able to help you and helping to educate you so that we don't have you make bad decisions that will cost you more money and no money coming in, no tenants being thrown out for not paying rent and destroying the property. We ask that you subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, leave comments below, hit the notification bell so you know of future videos coming out. And we ask that you share this video, especially with all the landlords now. Because unfortunately, you are watching, and we greatly appreciate that. But there are many landlords who are not, and they need to. Because a video of 7 to 10 minutes long can save them thousands of dollars. Do the right thing, share it with those landlords, and hopefully that they too will learn and subscribe to our channel for future videos meant to help all of us landlords now and in the future. Until then, take care.